الله أكبر الله أكبر يا رب اغفر لك يا سامر يا رب اغفر لك يا سامر يا رب اغفر لك سامر يا رب ارحمه ارحم سامر يا ربي we'll clean his body, we take all the misery away, let him sit in peace يا رب يا رب يا رب حبيبي سامر.
My mother had 3 sons, me, Samer, and Usam. My brother Samer was the first one born in the United States, and then later Usam. My sisters and I had all been born in Iraq and would have to wait years to finally become American citizens. Samer seemed like a regular American kid, but he struggled with drug addiction.
He was very smart, very bored in a public school. I want to put him in a special talent at the school. It is really sad. He was really young. You could tell, all of you sitting here, look how sad he is. Look how he's lonely. That's the age he was when he is just coming out from the rehab center.
He ran away as a young teen, lived on the streets, and spent many years in prison. But he was pulling it together, went back to school, blossomed as a writer, and fell in love. Unfortunately, his addiction to heroin and cocaine killed him at age 28.
He did make his own decision, but he was 12 years old, and he became a shaheed of a bad poison in America.
What was the bad poison in America?
The wrong freedom, like you do whatever you want to do, even if you destroy your own body, use drug, use anything.
If he was in Iraq, this wouldn't happen?
No. He could be killed in a war.
If he died in a war, would it...
It would be better for me.
It'd be better for you.
It'd be better for me. But I don't want him to die, but die in a war. At least he didn't go through all this adhab, all this suffering. He couldn't make it because he'd been destroyed. It's done.
But no matter what, we love you.
We love you, Samer. Our parents brought us here to America for a better life. I wonder, was it all worth it?
Ready?
Yeah. So why don't you guys introduce yourselves?
I am Usam Hamid Abdul Majid Alshaibi. I'm the son of Maha, my mother, my beautiful mother. I'm Palestinian and Iraqi.
And
part Hindi and part
American?
Turkish and American. I was
Yep.
born in Iowa City.
So you don't consider yourself American?
I do.
But you didn't say that's what you are.
It's not actually, when I think of myself, I don't think of myself as American. I think of myself as an Iraqi and a Palestinian.
so which one your country?
They're both my country. I think of myself as an Arab.
So you are just visiting, you think?
America?
Here? Yeah?
No, I'm American too.
So, okay, so you are American then.
Sure.
Okay, so you're Arab American.
I'm an Arab American.
That's it?
I'm an Arab American.
Like many immigrant families, we struggled to find our place in this country. Our mom wanted to make America our home, but it was never easy. She's originally from Palestine, but raised in Iraq and had survived many wars. It took her years to get us out of the Arab world and into the United States. Eventually, she divorced my dad and stayed while he went back to the Middle East. And her wish came true. We all ended up here, and she made America our new home. Political asylum, trauma, going from country to country, divorce, yada yada. Here we are.
When I got the citizenship first, I was very, very happy after long years. I thought this is the first time ever in my life I felt I have a country. I never felt in Iraq I have a country, never remember Palestine. All my life in Iraq, we have a war. My daddy cried, wanna go back to Palestine. Dreaming coming to America, struggled for almost, 10 years? It took me until I get the citizen or more. So I have a country now. I have a place called home. But since then, everything started going wrong. I never thought in a million years. I came to America, and America, go have a war with Iraq.
We'll make a big glass crater out of the fucking Middle East, for all I care.
Why are Americans so clueless about Arabs? Who do they think we are?
I can't trust Obama. He's an Arab. He is not. No.
No, ma'am. He's a decent family man, citizen that I just happen to have disagreements with on fundamental issues.
What is going on here? Why is being an Arab suddenly the opposite of being a decent man?
Despite calls by the president for tolerance and unity, the number of hate crimes is growing by the day.
Hate groups in the United States that are stirring up deep-seated resentment.
Names, send terrorists, because we don't know what could happen to us.
A pighead that rolled into their mosque
with a dangerous mix of anger and ignorance.
But we're too great a nation to allow the evildoers to affect our soul and our spirit.
Are you proud of being in America?
Not really. I'm very disappointed.
Joe Stack, that's right, Joe the suicide bomber, the guy who flew the plane into the IRS office building in Texas. Is this terrorism, one, and does it matter if it is?
It's just a batshit guy doing something batshit, isn't it?
But what if his name was Mohammed Stack?
Well, then it would be terrorism.
I've got Muslims who are fighting in Afghanistan in the uniform of the United States Armed Services. They're out there putting their lives on the line for us. We don't differentiate between them and us. It's just us.
But 9 years after the terrorist attacks, anti-Muslim sentiment is seeing a resurgence.
Members described themselves as Christian warriors, saying that Jesus wanted us to be ready to defend ourselves using the sword and stay alive using equipment.
White America and the Christian community would say Timothy McVeigh does not represent them. But if we say the same thing about Osama bin Laden, we are told Islam is the problem and that we need to shut up and apologize.
Islam is an evil religion.
Bill, I'm not a bigot. You know the kind of books I've written about the civil rights movement in this country. But when I get on a plane, I got to tell you, if I see people who are in Muslim garb, and I think, they're identifying themselves first and foremost as Muslims, I get worried. I get nervous.
It doesn't matter if you're Muslim, Sikh, Persian, or Arab. To many Americans, we all look the same. Many people have this evil image of the Arab.
They don't like Jews, huh, Mama?
Oh, sweetie, they don't like Jews.
This is how many people see us. When I was a kid, I never really thought of myself as an Arab. I mean, I felt different, but I didn't really connect to my ethnicity until I was older. And I embraced it in my own way, and also had fun with the stereotype.
This is a declaration of demand. Praise be to know God. Usama Alshaibi. I demand you, demand me.
The camera became my weapon. It helped me express myself and survive.
Get a shot back here. Or get this right here.
Hey, good to see you.
Good to see you too.
But what about a young person who just came from the Arab world? What are they going through? The Jassar family, like my own, left war-torn Iraq for the relative safety of Chicago. The father, Subhi, was kidnapped for ransom by Iraqi insurgents. Then after his release, he was almost killed by American soldiers who had broken into his home thinking he was an insurgent. They've been through a lot. Do you remember Iraq?
Yeah, I have a lot of bad memories there and really good memories there.
Tell me about your good memories.
My good memories when we used to go to my grandma and grandpa's house. It was pretty fun, and my aunt, she's like my oldest sister, she always used to take us like shopping and stuff. Yeah.
What were the bad memories?
My dad got kidnapped, and there was a lot of problems by our school. One time there was a bomb, and one time they burned a dude by our school.
What is that? They burned a what?
A dude. A
dude?
man.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
A dude. They burned him, a man?
Yeah, but our driver didn't want us to see him. All the time he used to go like a different way so we can't see him. Because it was pretty weird. I saw him one time. It was ugly.
Yeah. So there was a bomb near your school?
Yeah, it was in our school.
Yeah. I related to Ed. I also saw and experienced horrible things growing up in Iraq during war. Once, a missile almost hit our school. It was one of the most frightening experiences of my life. I didn't quite know what to make of it, but I wanted to be safe. So, is there anything about the United States you wish, oh, I don't like this part is not for me?
Yeah.
What's that?
Bullying.
There's bullying?
Yeah.
Do you feel like you have to be tough?
Yeah.
Are you tough?
Yeah, in school I'm really tough. Nobody messes up with me.
No.
I got in a fight one time. Yeah.
And who won the fight?
Me.
You beat her up? Yeah. You took her down? Yeah. Was she an American girl?
No.
She was a different girl?
Yeah. She was Assyrian.
Oh.
Yeah.
So she was Iraqi?
Yeah.
So two Iraqis are fighting?
Yeah, she used to scream at me so much.
Now, does she bother you anymore?
No, she doesn't.
I also had some problems in school growing up. I remember in Saudi Arabia, some kids would spit on me and call me an American. In the United States, bullies would make fun of my name and say racist things to me. I tried to ignore them and stay below the radar. When I went places with my family, they stood out. They were loud and spoke Arabic. It drew attention to us, attention that I didn't want as a self-conscious young guy. Even when I'm sitting in a dark theater, watching Back to the Future, I'm reminded of how I'm perceived.
Oh my God. They found me. I don't know how, but they found me. Who? Who do you think? The Libyans!
Suddenly, these ridiculous-looking fake Arabs come speeding towards Michael J. Fox.
Holy shit!
This again? Here I am, this Arab-American kid, watching this movie with everybody eating popcorn and laughing. What am I supposed to think? If you believe in Hollywood, all Arabs are crazed, sex-starved buffoons, who are the butt of the joke. I was used to seeing this type of racism in movies, but I was really getting tired of it. Hey, you want to see a real Arab man? Check out my dad. He brought us to the United States so he can get his PhD. Unlike many Arab families, we returned to our homeland to start a new life. But with the new war between Iraq and Iran and persecution from Saddam Hussein, life became problematic for my family, and especially my dad. He was not allowed to teach at Baghdad University unless he joined Saddam's Ba'ath Party. He refused and was unable to work. So we escaped Iraq, and my family lived in a type of limbo. As we attempted to settle in the United States, things took a turn for the worse. We were now the enemy. Sometimes I just got tired of being Arab. I actually started to lie about where I was from. I didn't want to speak on behalf of all Arabs in the world. When I was a kid, teachers were always asking me complicated political questions about the Middle East. Honestly, I had no idea what to say. So here I am as an adult, and I'm about to do the same to the Jassar girls. Let's talk about bin Laden. So, where were you when you found out they killed him?
I was in a school, and they started talking about him, and they asked us, what do you think about it? Do you think it is a good thing that they caught him and killed him? I said yes, because he was a criminal and he killed a lot of people. Yeah.
I didn't even know who he was.
Me neither. I'm like, who is that? And then they were like telling me, like, I don't know.
So you don't know about 9/11?
I do, but I didn't know who he was. I just know that there was something called 9/11.
I feel confused when people start talking about politics.
I mean, do you feel strongly about anything? Like, do you care about what's happening?
No, nope, not really. Because I feel like I don't know the truth. I'm not seeing anything in front of me. I hear, but I'm not seeing anything, so I don't feel the truth. We're not into politics. Yeah.
And politics equals what to you?
I don't know. I feel like
War?
it's dangerous. I feel it's dangerous to talk about like politics very free, you know?
They're not all bad. I do have my prejudices. I will say that.
It just bothers me because they're always saying, well, we're Americans just like you're Americans. But I say you never very rarely see them show their American pride.
And if they want to be like us and be with us, they should be out here right now.
Personally, I don't like them. I don't like their way of life. I don't like the way they think. And I just don't like them.
Yeah, if you're not a citizen of the United States, you don't have to pay taxes. You get government funding to open businesses.
They get 10 grand to start their own business when they open up. Thank you.
They got how much?
$50,000 fund too, and they didn't have to pay taxes for 5 years. You know, they give them a 7-Eleven, they give them taxi cabs and whatever you want.
It's not their country, this is our country.
They don't trust any of the Arabians no more. They think they're all part of it.
And what do you think?
I don't think they are, because I've met some really nice Arabic people. My friend Nadia, she's Arabic, and she is the nicest person I could ever meet.
Actually, I have a few good friends that are Arab-Americans.
Yeah. And do you think that they felt more scared lately, or any different?
I mean, I would too. I mean, you know, if I was Arabian, I would too.
A Muslim mother calls it a hate crime that took place while she was grocery shopping.
It started with a comment. Then a South suburban woman says it became personal and physical.
The woman says someone in a grocery store tried to pull off her headscarf and made a derogatory comment about Islam.
It's on the hang, it's on the hook. I'm 28 years old, married. I'm a stay-at-home mom, raising my daughters. We're on good terms with our white neighbors, our Hispanic neighbors, with everybody, you know. My mom and dad are from Palestine. They were married here, and me and my brothers and sisters were all born here and raised here.
Happy holidays!
It wasn't that multicultural when I was growing up. We were picked on a little, you know. Actually, it made us stronger.
When did you start wearing the hijab?
Well, I wore it after I got married.
Okay.
I was 18 years old. I feel like I'm respecting myself. I'm covering up, you know. I feel more comfortable with it on.
I notice some women that wear it and some women don't. And sometimes the women that don't wear it think that the women that are wearing it are looking down on them. Is there any of that tension in your family?
No, not at all. Basically, it's up to the woman. The two-piece, which is called the Amira, put on the first small piece. And then you take the long piece and you put it on top. And that's a simpler way of wearing hijab.
Who is allowed to see your hair?
My father, my brothers, and my husband, my uncles, and of course, ladies.
The whole family can see it, except the English people can't see it.
No. No, that's not the rules.
No?
No. It's funny because nuns wear on their head. And Polish ladies, they wear on their head. When I first put it on, it was kind of like awkward, but it's just inside, it makes you feel good because you know it's part of your religion. I was going to buy a birthday cake for my dad, and this white lady, she made a comment about the man who did the Texas shooting. He was from the Middle East. And I was the only Muslim woman in the store wearing the headscarf. And she came from behind me and she grabbed onto my scarf and she tried to pull it off, but she just like yanked it really hard. At that point, I didn't know what was going on. I was like, you know, maybe that could be somebody I know, but that was a really hard pull. I turned around and I see this lady walking out, and a lot of people just started yelling at her, saying, why are you doing that? Oh, that's so ignorant. And I said, you know, how dare you do that? That's a hate crime. Do you know what you just did? And she didn't expect me to follow her out there. I was on the phone with the police already. 3 cop cars came. And I was so shaken up and I didn't really know exactly what to do. And I was like, well, you know what? I am going to show my best and I'm going to, you know, let her go. When I discussed it with my family, and they said, this is something that happens a lot. And for me, because I was born and raised here and I speak English, I should go through with it.
this sort of behavior should not be tolerated by a fair and just society.
Anytime somebody commits a crime, they have to be prosecuted for the crime that they did. Apology is accepted from me. When you have the guts to actually come up to a person and you know, touch them, pull on them, then you have the feeling inside of you that I know these people, they don't fight back.
The perception of Muslim women, especially Muslim women who wear the headscarf, is that they're oppressed, that they're somehow victims of their religion and victims of their culture, but at the same time they're the most visible Muslims. And so they have been victimized, but they've been victimized by the bigots who take out their aggression on these women.
Valerie Kenny pleaded guilty to misdemeanor battery, a $2,500 fine, 2 years probation, and 200 hours of community service.
I didn't want anything harsh to be done to her.
Why is
I
that?
just wanted, because we, as Muslims, we have that soft side inside of us where we just don't want to see anything bad happen to a person. We just want them to get what they deserve, a punishment, you know, just to learn. You don't want the children to think that all whites are like that. And in the Constitution, it protects everybody, not just because you're white. No, who made America? Not just white people.
I've been in this country since 1970. We produced a program on TV on Channel 26 serving the Arab-American community.
أعزائي المشاهدين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أحييكم من التلفزيون العربي في شيكاغو وأرجو لكم وقتا طيبا.
We did not have anybody come and knock on the door or throw something on the house, but I get something in the mail. And it says, go back where you came from, filthy, pig, fucking Arabs come. You South niggers have no place in the United States. The only good Arab is a dead Arab. And that shook me up, really.
Well, we get voicemails, we get emails, we get letters.
Like what?
People telling us, go back to your own country, calling us camel jockeys and sand niggers. And
What is a camel jockey?
technically,
Yeah. I wouldn't
I don't
mind
know.
being a camel jockey. I think it'd be fun. I met Marwan recently, a guitarist from Chicago, who kind of reminded me of myself when I was younger.
A guy asked me, well, how does like being Middle Eastern play into your music? Well, the first thing is that like punk rock doesn't fucking shock anybody anymore, you know? So like when you like give it also this like idea of like the other, the scary other, right? You're fucking recharging it to make it shocking again.
The tackle corps are tearing up the rule books.
It's just about challenging the orthodoxy of punk as much as it is about challenging the orthodoxy of Islam.
So taqwa is like a fear of God or like maybe piety. And, you know, core comes from hardcore. So like either way, it's implying like an earnestness in both religion and music, right? I think that people like later on in history are gonna ask, you know, what was it like to be an Arab American during that time, right? You know, just like you would ask, what was it like to be a Japanese American during World War II and all the internment camps and stuff? And, you know, this is like, in some way, my answer to that. Just like, we were pissed off. Basically, like, the rejects of, like, the Muslim community, the ones who drink, the ones who, you know, are having sex, the ones that are, like, don't agree with parts of the Quran and just, like, crossing shit out. You know, if I'm being true to myself, I can be a complicated Muslim. Like anytime I tell like in Arab like the name of the band, they're like, whoa man, a thawra, yeah. It means a revolution.
Okay.
Yeah. Scary word for a lot of people.
And it's funny because, I mean, you are taking something that is very American, but also very Muslim, and you're screwing with it.
Yeah.
But I was just wondering if there was a reluctance to stick it to Islam because of what's been going on.
You have to be careful with how you're challenging Islam and how you're playing into like Orientalist stereotypes, because you're taking Orientalist imagery and subverting it. Like, you don't want to be a propaganda piece, basically.
Right.
It's like, look, man, we're winning because they're turning into like Western kids and they're being like decadent, blah, 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 haha. It's like, no, fuck it, man. I'm not fitting into either thing.
Are you an Arab?
I mean, I think so. My dad's from Syria. My mom is Polish.
We met in Warsaw. My husband came for postgraduate study, and I was a secretary in there, and that's how it started. We could not get married in Poland. We were trying, but there was not allowed, so we got married in the United States.
Did he ever have any trouble when he was a kid, like because he was Arab or Muslim, or his mom was Polish, or?
I know that after September 11th, it was tough for him, and I think that, honestly, that his personality changed.
What happened?
I think that he was less trusting, maybe. He was doing well in school, and after that he didn't anymore. Right after it happened, we could not function because we were so afraid. What will happen to him? What will happen to us? It was a horrible thing. And you know, and then there were people, even at my office, they were talking and, you know, kill those Arabs and this and that. Why would you be killing my husband? Why would you be killing my kid? For what? It was a horrible time.
But people would say to you, you know, you're not really Arab.
Fuck them.
You don't have to go through the things that other Arabs and Muslims go through in this country, because you're lucky. You sound American. You know how to navigate through this country. You guys represent to me sort of a third identity, which is neither or.
Yeah.
You know, you can carve it out for yourself.
That's the idea. Just give people the space to be complicated.
So what do you think of this Times Square bomber, huh?
Secret agent.
Oh, dude. I don't know, man. All I know is that if an Arab had fucking made that bomb, it would have blown up. It's like an epic fail on behalf of the Pakistanis. I'm just joking, guys.
I like what Marwan was saying about letting people be complicated. By the time I was 17, I realized I didn't want to be a typical Arab or a typical American. I was finding my own way, figuring it out for myself. I was this artsy teen, into hardcore punk bands, beat writers, weird films, and really all things subculture.
Hella, 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 hella.
I love you, man.
I love you too, man.
Oh, look, there you go. I started going to the arts class, and I met you, I met Steve, I met Will, and I just feel like I met these guys, you know, these people. I just felt like I could be myself. Maybe, like, being a foreign kid kind of fit being sort of a punk kid or freak kid. We used to call ourselves freaks. Yeah, that was the thing.
Yes.
But did you ever think, oh, Usama, like, he's an Arab? Was that ever in your head?
No. If anything, it gave you the, like, exotic otherness. You know what I mean? It's always kind of missing from the kind of white bread, middle-class America kind of thing, you know?
Like, I didn't have, like, all these weird associations of what an Arab meant, or what a Jew meant, or even if, like, there was some sort of conflict between, you know, Jews and Arabs historically. You know, that, like, wasn't a big part of my consciousness at that point.
Neither did I.
Right. So, so, like, I was thinking about this, and when I was friends with you, I mean, I just kind of knew like your family was from Iraq or whatever. It was just something, you know, it was just what it was.
Right.
Even though you came from another place, you were much more like us than many of the people we went to school with, who were kind of rigid in their thinking and easily swept into this mindless parody that the 80s was. 80s was terrible.
That's how I felt. That's how I felt. Like
Especially the early
I found
80s.
you. I fit
Reagan
in. I
years.
found you. You accepted me. You guys made me feel the most normal. The most, just Usama, just your buddy.
When you're with us, you don't feel like you're like the other. I mean,
Never.
So then how do you qualify like yourself as being the American Arab? Like if this is the subject of your documentary, like how do you like really contextualize yourself in this?
After I turned 21, I was no longer a legal resident. Suddenly, I felt like an illegal alien. My options were limited, and I had to work under the table, taking odd jobs as a dishwasher or janitor. And I traveled all over the country. I just couldn't seem to settle anywhere, never felt stable. But I always had a love of art and painting, which led me to filmmaking. Chicago was perfect for me, a large, diverse city in the Midwest, and I was really discovering a new way of looking at myself and the world. I met Christy in Chicago, and when we met, we fell hard for each other. We also had this connection. We were like kindred spirits. In many ways, we both felt weird and different growing up. We had an attraction to dark art and literature, and especially movies. We both were into underground films and started working together. We even ran a film festival. We fell in love and got married and continued to make films together. In 2002, I finally got my citizenship. It was right after 9/11. I had the option of choosing a new name. My mom said, change your name. It will be easier.
But in this country, with your name, Usama, do you ever get any flack for that?
I do, but I also, for so long people couldn't pronounce my name, and now everybody knows my name. He was interviewing me about a film I made called Nice Bombs. 9 months after the United States invaded Iraq, where I was born, I decided I needed to go back and to see how the war was affecting my relatives. In the back of my mind, I thought after this war would end, I might want to settle down there. But what I discovered is that I'm just as much American as I am an Arab. Sort of part of me is here, part of me is in the United States. We tend to romanticizes the places we are not at. How long have you been here?
11 years.
11? 11 years for Christy, 16 for me. After living and working in Chicago for so many years, my wife and I decided we need a change. I wanted to leave behind the reminders of my brother's death. and we wanted to have a baby together. My wife did get pregnant, but it was an ectopic pregnancy. It is life-threatening. When the miscarriage happened, it lasted every day for almost a month. Here's our apartment. Packing. Things are still in disarray.
So much to do.
So we packed up and moved to a small town in Iowa named Fairfield, just an hour and a half from where I grew up in Iowa City. The town had a small meditation college where my wife took some classes, and we decided to try again to have a baby. Hello and welcome to Fairfield, Iowa. My name is Usama Alshaibi. This is my home. We don't own any of this, but we could live in it for a very reasonable rate in this wonderful neighborhood, this town.
No one bothers us except to help us out.
Take a little tracing in the baby's heart.
She's active, Christy. Can you see?
We were too quick trying to get the heart if the baby's going to move like that, because that's so fun to see that. Is that crazy?
Hi, Baba.
We were still nervous about the pregnancy since our last miscarriage, but we stayed positive. We picked a name for our daughter, Munira. It means brilliant in Arabic. You fucking sad nigger. You sad nigger. You sad nigger.
And they were just saying that to you? Usama? Did anyone say anything like to stop? Like, did anyone say anything?
Never.
No.
Why did they beat me up? What did I do?
You just were there. You just showed up.
A hate crime investigation in Iowa. An Arab-American says he was called racial slurs and beaten because of his ethnicity. Usama Alshaibi.
Usama Alshaibi walked in here after a night of drinking with friends. He thought there was a party here and he claims he was invited. But what happened inside threw this small community into a controversial hate crime investigation.
Once they stopped kicking me in the face and on the side of my body, I stumbled to a nearby parking lot and I called my friend Manoli. We took these pictures with my digital camera that I always carry with me. An ambulance showed up, the medics checked me out, the police came, and I told them my story. I just wanted to go home. So, yeah, like right now, you're just treating this as an assault because my assailants were kicking and punching me and calling me sand nigger and calling me Osama bin Laden. To me, this seemed like a hate crime.
I said you took Osama bin Laden's beating from these guys.
He says when he told them his name, they started beating him and calling him racial slurs like a terrorist and Osama bin Laden.
The media was all over this case, and there was a lot of negative attention placed on me. Some people were accusing me of making this up to promote my film. So I was reluctant to even discuss it. Compared to Amal's attack, which was straightforward with many witnesses, my assault seems messy.
How much do you remember from that night as far as, because there are all these different reports about, that you said you've been drinking and then this kind of a thing, and
I just want to hide.
they're just kids, they're poor, they don't have money to buy this.
Details started to come out. The guys that beat me were just minors, just teenagers. And here I am, some drunk adult, showing up uninvited at their home and probably freaking them out. Hey, I'm Usama. I wouldn't have been there if I hadn't been drinking like that, you know? There have been hundreds upon hundreds of negative comments. This guy's a con artist looking to promote his next art piece. Something stinks about this alleged beating. Either his wife or friend probably hit him with an object like a beer bottle. Sounds like a scam, playing the Islamophobia card. Discrimination. These Middle Easterners love to spread lies and propaganda. If you don't like my country, go home.
How do you feel about that?
Horrible. I mean, I don't feel like I deserved it. But I guess part of me feels really stupid. I mean, I admitted it in the press. I said it was a stupid move. As I started reading comments, it's weird. I started questioning my own reality, you know. Well, my wife has made me promise not to read them anymore because it kind of puts me into a depressive mode. So good. It just brought all this stuff out inside of me about who I am, what I'm doing, and
The thing you kept saying is, I want to rewind.
I want to rewind.
Yeah.
Because everything changed. Like, we had this nice routine, we had this life, we had our silly little problems, but it wasn't this. And after this, it's like nothing's the same again. The next day, I decided it was time to visit Imam Taha, the religious leader of the Mother Mosque in Cedar Rapids, Iowa. When my siblings and I lived in Iowa, my father hired Imam Taha to tutor us in Arabic, so we wouldn't forget our language. He was always important in my life, which is ironic since I now consider myself an atheist. Built in 1934, the Mother Mosque has been a center for Muslim culture in the Midwest.
Please Allah, make this gathering a gathering of compassion, a gathering of peace, and a gathering of understanding. We abuse each other, and I see that the problem is not Islamic or Christian or Jewish. It's a human. It's just a human nature. From Noah to Abraham to Moses to Jesus to Muhammad, the mission of the prophets is to build a human being. Men, women, our children. It's a community of people that needs to be binded together with the same faith. And I am so proud to teach the Islam of Quran and Islam of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu.
When you heard about my incident and the assault that happened to me, because there was drinking involved and it was late, and was it hard for you to defend it, or did you recognize, what they did no matter what was wrong, or did it seem more complicated for you when you heard about it?
Well, I know one thing, that I never blame the victims. I don't blame you. I don't in any way look at that as something to talk about even.
Do you think that I should pursue this further, or do you think I should let it go and just forgive and fix my life, work on my life?
Yeah, my philosophy is that God says that the believers, they have this spacious room in their heart for forgiveness, and when the ignorant people approach them, then they say peace. And this way you are saving a lot of damage to yourself and to others by forgiving them. Let what happened to you be like a rear mirror, and look at the windshield. Don't look too much in the rear mirror, because if you are driving and you are focusing on the rear mirror, you will have an accident. Life is still ahead of you. You have a windshield which is so spacious, and the highway is so bright. Go for it. God bless you. Thank you very much.
Give you a hug.
Absolutely.
Right,
Thank you, my brother Usama. May Allah bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. It's 4:30 in the morning, and we are driving to the hospital in Iowa City. My wife's water just broke.
Okay, I feel another contraction coming. Okay.
Labor.
What's her heart rate? Can you tell?
Today is Eid. Today is Eid, the end of Ramadan, and my mom and my family, they're going to mosque to celebrate. Hala. Come on, Munira.
They're coming. You're good. Oh, yes. You're good. Yes. Reach down. Pull your baby up. Hey, baby. Baby, turn around. That's right. There you are. Turn towards me and have a seat here.
Oh, baby girl, there you are.
You did it.
There's Money. There you are, sweetie. There you are. Mommy's got you. Hi, baby. Hi.
Yes. Some of this stuff here.
I got you.
Oh.
You made it through. You made it. Money made it. Oh,
Look at you, little Money.
Little Munira. There she is.
You made me a dad, Money.
Yes.
Look at beautiful girl. Look at those big eyes.
Which one you want? You want that today?
Do you want to wear that one?
Okay. Yeah.
That's unzipped.
So, Mom, last time I talked to you and you said, did you feel good about being American? And you said no, and you didn't feel good, and you felt like you were let down.
Yeah.
But now that you have a new granddaughter,
how
do you feel?
Most of my adult life is here. That's where, my kids married and my kids grow and I have the grandchildren. After all these years, I think, your country or your home is where you live or where you can make it. It is one world and we are connected. So I think, I'm optimistic. I think if we all should keep working on it.
So will you
this will be a nice place for Mooney. Yeah, Mooney?
So will you tell her what it means to be an Arab?
Of course, it is gonna be some mix of nice culture and uniqueness in here. But I don't want her to grow up and putting big hijab over her head and cover herself and limit herself with something. I want her to free and look around and be proud of where her mom and her dad came. And the way I raise you, this is also going to be culture because we made our own while we are here. And,
So you're saying, in a way, it's kind of like neither Arab-American, neither Arab, just our own way.
In our own way.
And to be okay with who we are, but not...
But not a glitch in one idea, not say I'm Muslim, I'm wearing hijab, I'm Arab-American,
I wonder what life will be like for this new American Arab.
Okay.
I hope she is embraced in the new world.